Well, fans of the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers are getting help this afternoon, Irv, from the Cincinnati Bengals. Right now, the Bengals are dominating the Lions. Eddie Murray has kicked a field goal, but it is 14-3. That's a tough-looking little footy cat over there. But the big cat is this fella, Pete Johnson. Irv, he'd be impossible to stop. And then, of course, from Monty Clark of the Lions, there was this moment. Botch snap, and wouldn't you know it, Anderson scooped it up, got the first down. Now, he took a blow to the head, and he was knocked out of the game, and he hasn't come back. But Irv, Turk Schonert can do the important things for the Bengals when you get down inside the 5.
Yeah, hand the ball off to Pete Johnson. Look at this, a battering ram. Just forces away in there from 3 yards out. You just can't stop him.
He's got to weigh more than 300 pounds. I don't believe the 275. Seattle and the Giants. Another woeful season coming to an end for the New York Giants. They are being pounded by the Seahawks, 17-6. Jimmy the Greek has reported the Giants are interested in hiring the Miami Hurricane coach Howard Schnellenberger. New Orleans and Philadelphia. It is 7-3. The Saints lead the Eagles. They are in the third quarter of that game. Cleveland and Houston, perhaps the most surprising game of the day. The Oilers, until just a few moments ago, had dominated the Browns all game long. Mike Pruitt has fumbled twice for the Browns in that game, and the Oilers lead it 24-13. San Francisco and Buffalo. The Bills have just kicked a field goal by Joe Danello. It is now 10-6. Those are Polaroids that Joe Ferguson studied of the defensive formations being used by the 49ers. But this was the big play. Joe Cribbs, 45 yards, the longest Bills run of the season, and it set up a touchdown, and the man who did it was up over the top, Roosevelt Leaks. Maybe he's not as good Walter Payton over the top, but he still got high enough to get the touchdown, and it is now 10-6, the Bills with the lead in that one. And, of course, the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings, the game you're watching, and the one thing about Matsui on this player, he really camouflaged what he was about to do.
Everybody thought this was a run. Watch this, stepping up to the line of scrimmage. Hold up. Perfect strike to Walter Payton. 74 yards later, Walter dances into the end zone.
Usually when those running backs are going to throw, they'll move to the sideline. He actually moved upfield, and that just simply drew up the cornerback. We're going to take a look at the Washington-Dallas, the game, when the NFL Today continues on CBS after these messages from your local stations. Still ahead of us on CBS, the game. That's all I have to say. Washington against Dallas. Texas Stadium already starting to fill up, and I'm surrounded by a pair of experts now to analyze that action for you. Nice to have the coach, Dick Vermeil, with us here in New York. And Jimmy the Greek, of course, we've been waiting all week to see who you're going to pick. The weather is beautiful. Are we in for a high-scoring or a low-scoring game?
I imagine about 3 touchdowns for each team and a field goal late, but I'll tell you later by whom.
All right, let's put Dick on the spot
right.
first. Dick, who do you like to win this game?
Brent, I like the Redskins. And the reason I like them, they've played more consistently up to their ability each time I've seen them. They have always played good football.
Let's take the folks inside and show them some of the reasons why you like the Redskins. How about number 72, Dexter Manley?
Well, Dexter Manley is their best upfield rusher. And Pat Donovan, number 67 today, is going to have his hands full. Now, at the top of your screen, you're going to see Pat Donovan, the left tackle, number 67, pass protecting Dexter Manley. And he is capable of pass protecting him, but he's going to get deep into the backfield and force that quarterback to step up into those big defensive tackles.
Dick, do they work a lot of tricks with Manley and try to loop him through the middle still?
Oh, they do. They do a lot of stunning like all teams do, but that won't be the key. The key will be the one-on-one matchup.
Irv Cross took that close look at the Hogs, Washington's offensive line, in the pregame show. What kind of blocking do they favor to open a hole for a John Riggins?
Well, first off, they're big and physical, all offensive tackles, and they come off together real well, knocking people out of there. But they also co-op block better. Now, you watch the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, number 53, Jeff Bostic, the center, and Russ Grimm coming off on Randy White at the left of your screen, 54. Now you see Russ Grimm coming off on Bob Brunig, number 53. A combination block executed. Here comes Riggins, going to squirt through the hole that Bob Brunig, number 53, was supposed to get to. Now it's turned loose on a safety, and Riggins on a safety is a mismatch.
Dick, of course, the Cowboys have that awesome defensive line. What's the one matchup today that could really get the Redskins in trouble?
Well, whenever you have to block too tall with one guy, it's going to be a problem. And George Stark, number 74, right in the middle of the screen, is going to have some problems physically. I think he can pass protect him, but he's going to get penetration, and now that 6'8" guy gets up in the air, he's like throwing over a telephone pole.
But still in all, even down there in Texas, you think the Redskins are going to prevail?
I think they can beat him.
All right. Jimmy, do you agree with the coach?
I agree what he said about that young man on the outside, Too Tall Jones, of what he's going to do. I'll tell you, all coaches, Brent, pick the Redskins, 14 of them. You know, they're the pure team. They tackle, they block, they play straight football. Dallas, of course, flexes a little bit, you know, goes around in, throws a flea flicker. I mean, they try to trick you. Now, I'll tell you this, the quarterback and special teams definitely go to the Redskins, but the speed, Dorsett has more speed and he'll break the team quicker. I mean, he'll make a longer gain than Riggins will. That defensive line of the Redskins, of the Cowboys, has a better pass rush. And there isn't any question in my mind about that because Too Tall is super. And I'll tell you, that home advantage today is going to be big because they're going to be yelling Texas loud today.
That Cowboys going to win this one big, Greg?
No, but they're going to win it.
You two got dinner on this? Do I get to come along?
He's already volunteered to buy dinner.
All right. Still ahead of us, the game, but right now, we've got the second half coming up, so let's send you back to the stadium.